Good day, everyone. I am Lois Flores, and today I am going to discuss the literatures of Visayas, so particularly the Visayan myths. Myths are an important part of Visayan literature and culture. Before written literature became common, stories were passed down from one generation to another through oral tradition. These stories were not only meant to entertain people, but they also help explain the origins of the world, natural phenomena, supernatural beings, and the beliefs and values of Visayan communities. So, let us learn more about Visayan myths and their importance in Philippine literature. So, what is a Visayan myth? In the past, myths were used to explain things that people cannot scientifically explain. This included events such as eclipses, storms, creations, death, and other natural phenomena. So, through these stories, people were able to understand the world around them based on their beliefs and experiences. So I have here the first example is number 1, the Bakunawa. Our first example is the Bakunawa. So the Bakunawa is one of the most famous creatures in Visayan mythology. It is commonly described as a gigantic serpent or dragon-like creature believed to live in the sea. So as you can see, and according to one popular version of the story, the Bakunawa became fascinated by the moons in the sky and tried to swallow them. This story was used to explain the occurrence of eclipses. So during an eclipse, people traditionally made loud noises, such as banging pots and pans in an attempt to frighten the Bakunawa and make it release in the moon. This myth was shows how Visayan people use storytelling to explain mysterious events in nature. Our second example is Tungkong Langit and Alonsina, a creation story associated with Panay. Tungkong Langit is described as a powerful deity associated with the sky, while Alonsina is a beautiful goddess. Their story involves the themes of love, separation, and creation. The myth also reflects how early Visayan communities used stories to explain the relationship between the heavens, the earth, and the nature. So aside from explaining creation, the story also contains ideas about human relationships and emotions. Our third example is the myth of Kanlaon. Kanlaon is a powerful deity associated with Mount Kanlaon in Negros. In traditional Visayan beliefs, supernatural beings were often connected with elements of nature such as mountains, forests, rivers, and other natural places. These stories involving Kanlaon demonstrate the importance of nature and spirituality in traditional Visayan culture. This reminds us that nature was not simply viewed as a physical environment, it was also connected to spiritual beliefs and traditions. The importance of Visayan myths. Visayan myths provide us with a window into the beliefs and worldwide view of early Visayan societies. They show us how people understood nature, supernatural forces, human relationships, and the mysteries of life. And more importantly, these stories help preserve the cultural heritage of the Visayan people. Even today, Myths continue to influence Philippine literature, folklore, art, and popular culture. Therefore, studying these stories allows us to understand not only in the literature of the Visayas but also the culture and history behind it. And now, to conclude, Visayan myths are an important part of the literary and cultural heritage of the Philippines. Through stories such as the Bakunawa, Tungkong Langit, and Alonsina and Kanlaon, we can see how the people of the Visayas use storytelling to explain nature, supernatural events, creations, and human experiences. These myths also preserve important values, beliefs, tradition, and cultural identity that have been passed down through generations. Visayan myths are therefore more than just entertaining stories. They are cultural records that help us understand the history, beliefs, imaginations, and values of the Visayan people. As Filipinos, learning about and preserving these stories allow us to appreciate the rich and diverse literary heritage of our country. And I hope you understand my lesson for today. Thank you for listening.